Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Builder YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making my new UGC, and I'm going to make some spin-off of a candle. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday anyways, I made a video where I made a enchantment kind of temple thing, and I put candles on it, and I really liked how those candles turned out. Now, I want to make a candle for a UGC item, but there has to be a twist, because if there's not, well, who's gonna buy just a candle that sits where? On your shoulder? Floating? What's it gonna be? So I'm thinking, let me draw it out for you guys. I'm thinking something like this. So here's your Roblox head, okay? Yikes, hold on. Let me just, I'm not an artist, but I can definitely do a little bit better than that. Okay. All right, look at that. There's your Roblox head. Now, I'm thinking the candle, let's go, can we pick we'll go yellow, because that seems to kind of make sense. The candle will kind of be like this. So, dripping down your face, like the candle wax, kind of dripping down your face, like so. And this will all be colored in, of course, like a candle would be. And then the top will be indented a little bit, which is kind of hard to draw because I'm not an artist. And then there will be a wick right here. Maybe have a little flame on the wick. I'm not sure yet. It depends if we run out of, polys or tries to work with, I guess. But there's the idea. I'm gonna make a dripping candle so it looks like there's your head is a candle. And then it's melting, I guess. That's kind of the idea. Anyways, I'm going to import a little model or a dummy into Blender so we can make sure our size is correct. File, import, OBJ, and the dummy right here. So, first things first, let's just set our origins. Set to geometry, and I'm just going to move that up a little bit. Should be pretty close to where it needs to be. Anyways, here's our dummy, and now we just have to worry about modeling the candle. So, I think what I'm going to do is spawn in with a cylinder and make this up we can always decimate it. So I think I want to go 40 sides, okay? Like quite a bit, but it's going to give us more detail. Maybe not that many, 35? 35 should be a-okay. So I'm going to do that. Also, I think I want to just bring in a new one. I don't know why it's not spawning in the middle, guys. Who knows? Now I'm never going to be able to line it up perfectly. I know there's a way to set it back to the middle, but I don't know exactly how to do it. So here's how I'm going to do it. Check it out. Just line it up. I got this. Good enough for me. Let's move it to the head. Perfect. As you can see, this is probably going to be the best UGC ever. What if I just released this? Like as a meme, of course, but some meme items sell really, really well. So what if I just said head cylinder and released this? I don't know. Watch. Somebody's going to do it. I'm guaranteeing it. Somebody will do it and it'll get a ton of sales and I'll be like, dang it, I should have done it. Now, I'm going to press Control R and use the mouse wheel to scroll up a few times. I want quite a bit of them. Probably something like this should work for me. Now I'm going to go to our face select mode. I can't just click 3 on my keyboard like I used to be able to because this is now my numpad. My top arrow keys is now the number pad, so that's kind of tough. Anyways, we're going to drag this in. We're going to press E and extrude this down, scale that in a little bit, and then we're going to press I to inset this, and this will be kind of like the wick. So let's just do that, scale it down, rotate, E, S, rotate, something like that. And that might be a little too big, but you win some and you lose, honestly. No, I'm gonna make that a little smaller. I'm not a big fan of it. In fact, I might just make the wick afterwards, after I make the candle. That might even be a better idea. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to press C to go into C select mode or whatever, circle select mode, and just kind of grab a bunch of these and make sure I get all of them perfect. And now I'm going to grab the whole top as well, just like that. And now I'm going to go back into circle select mode and kind of pick paths, sort of. So something like this, and just paths that the melting will happen with, I guess. I don't really know how to explain what I'm talking about. But just doing this for quite a bit and all around it. And of course, I accidentally unselected in here. So let me just do one of those. Grab all of this. All right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and do those paths real quick. And I'll show you guys when I have all of that selected. All right, guys. So I have a very random selection. And I've also run into the problem that I'm not making a candle. I'm just making the candle drips. And that was sort of the goal. But I'm going to still do this. Alt-E and extrude along normals. And bring that out a bit. And I may try to do Shift-D and just drag these over. Now that's going to give me all the faces and all the drops. And then I could just delete this guy. All right. I don't know if that's the best idea, but I'm going to do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a solidify modifier on this, like so, just to make it a bit more, you know, nice. And then thickness needs to be up quite a bit. There we go. And I'm just gonna apply. Now I'm gonna add a subdivision surface modifier, like this, and that's gonna make it look more like drips, as you can see. And I just need to center this over the dummy. Alright guys, so I got it lined up to the best of my abilities, and it's looking pretty good so far. Now, I did leave a little gap when I was modeling it, right? Well, now they're all kind of looking the same. But I could either use this one right here, or this one kind of right here. I think I'll use this one. Is that the biggest gap we have? Yeah. Ooh, or this. Alright, so I'm gonna use this. And basically, I'm gonna rotate this so it's like sort of like the face will have a spot to see, but also not entirely. And then up next, I want to grab this and I want to move the middle of this up. So just like this, but of course like all of this. So let me go ahead and grab all of these faces here like so and move them up. It does need to be down just a little bit, but I don't want it to dip into the head. So something like that works pretty well. Maybe even a little more since it is still a candle. That should work for me. Now I'm going to shade smooth because it'll just look a ton better, just like that. And also, we have to kind of figure this out because it doesn't curve well with the head. So I need to figure out how to curve that a little better. I'll probably just grab these lines right around here and move them down a little bit and then do the same here. I'm just holding Shift and Alt to grab all of these since it did decide to separate them up a little bit. Usually just Alt would work, but yeah, it's not. So I gotta hold Shift and Alt and make sure I click all of them. There we go. I can move that down, sure. And now I'm going to scale this in a little bit as well as up here. All right, so now as you can see, it's not really coming off of the face too much. It looks pretty good. I do want to leave a little bit of space just for like other accessories, maybe like glasses or something. But I think that looks pretty good. So there's the kind of drip that I wanted to have. I'm going to go ahead and apply my subdivision surface modifier. Now we have this. Up next, I'm going to go ahead and add a wick and then maybe a flame, but probably not. My thing is people will probably want to cover this with a hat. And if there's a flame on it, it'd be a little harder to cover. So we're just going to add a wick real quick. I could do that just by adding in a cylinder, bringing that straight up, scaling it down, and scaling down some more. I do want the wick to be rather small. I think people are going to want to cover it up, but I need the wick to kind of like portray the idea that I'm going for. So I do want I do want to kind of have it. Let me go ahead and alt click this line and scale that in just a little bit more because wicks are like very small. You just got to light them on fire. I'm going to shade smooth that. I will do Control J to group these together. And there we go. Kind of a candle top. Now I have to figure out, it has 7,200 tries. I have to go recheck the requirements real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so on the emails we get from Roblox showing us the requirements, it does say I'm not allowed to share the specific requirements. So yeah, I can't share the exact deets, but I do know that this is too high poly for what they need. So we're going to decimate it and hope for the best. I'm going to bring this down to like 1 as long as it doesn't lose too much of its shape. It's definitely losing too much of its shape. So I'm going to keep it at 2 or 0.2. Let's just try to put it at like 0.3. I want to keep a lot of the shape, but I need to get rid of a lot of the polys. So boom, there we go. We're now at 4,000 tries and 4,000 verts. So tries were almost okay. Verts, we are not. Alright, so I gotta do a little bit more just to get it to meet the requirements and everything like that. But for now, I can go ahead and texture it. So UV editing, open up our color palette. Perfect for me. And I'm just going to press L on this, grab the whole thing, and go into one view, U over here, project from view, and now we have this, and I can just scale this up or down, and we can kind of get a nice gradient on it. So candles are sort of like, I'm going with like over here, I think would be our best bet. I'm gonna drag this down a little bit and add our texture to it, and then just go into material preview over here. And look at that, guys. We have a little candle. We're going to need to texture this little top guy as well. So AS0. And we're just going to make that like real dark. Kind of like black, actually. Something like this. I'm thinking we need to do a little something else here. Like darker colors. I guess a candle can be like really any color. But I'm trying to kind of stay true. Let's scale it on the Z-axis. Or Y, I guess. And hopefully that will give it... Okay, that's better. That's a lot better. Okay, so here's what it is. Here's what it is, guys. The candle coming to a catalog near you, okay? I don't know what the cheapest price for a hat I can set it to is, but whatever that is what I'll set it to. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.